Hello, everybody. You think I was going to forget this? No way. Yeah, so I can get that louder. There we go. Welcome to the Friday the 13th full moon edition. And my two special guests is Big Al down there. I'm sure that the chainsaw is coming out in a minute. And from the other side on the pond, our good friend David Berry. David and Al, how are y'all doing?
Very good, Wayne.
Fantastic, Wayne.
And yourself?
Can y'all see me?
I think everybody can. I love it. This is what it's about.
Have you got a mask on, Al? I can't see you.
Wait a minute. Someone said, now, is that the mask? Oh, here we go. Boy. All right.
Friday the 13th?
Yeah, it's folks, this is it. Oh, I love this, folks. I just invoke favor in all of us. I think we're going to need bunches of it. And I have a feeling that this is going to be a full hour. I know that the two of you are kind of like the, between you and Lois, you know, on the moderator side. So who's in there moderating today? Is it, it's Cheesesteak 22. Well, okay, and Julianne. Welcome, everybody. Glad you're here. We just invoke favor upon you. May there be nothing missing, nothing broken in your life, because we're shattering the paradigms even as we speak. So good to see y'all. Big Al, I haven't had you on. I know we tried to get you on last time, didn't we?
Yeah, on my birthday, Wayne.
Yeah. Well, timing is everything in life.
It wasn't possible.
Well, I am so glad to have you back on, Big Al. Have you here where we can see you.
I wanted to, but if the family saw me doing this, they'd call the local pastor to have an exorcism.
Yeah. Well, we'll keep it PG all the way across. How's that?
It's getting bad, Wayne.
Yeah. I have a sense that your story is one I think is probably shared by many in this community. I really do. Yeah. Well, I know the feeling.
Wednesday night, I pushed some chemtrail clouds away with this right here, this wand.
Mm-hmm.
I cut this from my holly bush, my holly tree.
Excellent. Cool. Excellent.
Waved it up at the moon, and I pushed it to the right. And I sent you pictures too. I should have had it filmed.
Yep.
And I moved the clouds away, Wayne.
I believe that is possible for every person.
It blew my mind. And then the frequency started. It was terrible. It was disorganized. Couldn't stop the frequencies. Got really loud, and then more clouds came in, and they started rippling like claws in the sky. Lasted about 15 minutes. Tried it again, and then they finally moved on. And then it was a clear sky for the rest of the night, and then the frequency went away.
I think they're either honing in on you or testing you.
Oh, they play with me all the time, Wayne.
Well,
all the time. Almost every day.
Just as long as you play back.
Well, it's first time Wednesday night that I did that.
Good.
This massive, you could see all the chemicals, the aluminum, everything, the whole 9 yards.
Did they like form? Al, did they like after they settled? Did they then form into the wave pattern?
Well, they were shifting around the moon, David, from the right side.
I was just curious. I've noticed them doing this. It's almost as though with the waves, like they're pushing it with gravitational waves or something.
Well, at first, this small group come up to the moon, to the fake moon, that is. And then it started swirling around. I mean, you could see all the different chemicals, 5 or 6 different chemicals.
Yeah.
All different colors. And so I took this wand and I just swirled it, aiming it at the moon, closed my eyes, and pushed it off. Had thoughts, sent it due west, and they literally moved. They moved away.
Cool.
And then the frequency came up loud and clear. It was ear piercing, really strong. These orgonite necklaces are good for about -3 dB. If I don't wear them, then it's really bad.
Yeah.
And then this massive cloud come up, like you said, the harp kicked in and just made them all like claw marks.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard pushing them, isn't it?
And then I did it again with a wand, and it took about 10, 15 minutes, and then it moved off, and then it was clear sky the rest of the night.
It's interesting. I was reading in Defense One. It's a really good website where you can get good intel. So the Chinese are apparently in full operation in their HARP. They look at it as a weapon, and I've been hearing they've been testing it over us.
Well,
it's not surprising. Weather warfare.
Yeah. Well, this obviously isn't a secure channel, but there are things, Wayne, that are definitely going on. Definitely.
I agree.
And it's not a joke either. I mean, this is serious.
It's people have to. That's why we teach what we teach here. Speaking of which, I want to say thank you. Just got these last night in the mail. This was from a gentleman who handmade this. Thank you, Christopher. Each layer, and there you see Lilith. Isn't that cool?
That's nice.
Very well done. And we have some very talented artists in our community. This one was from Jamie. This is hand painted. Is this not just fabulous? Let me get that in there. Look at that, folks.
Looks like a photo.
No, that's a painting.
That's amazing.
She hand painted this.
Wow.
So I've got a visitor. My husky's just popped in.
So just want to say thank you to everyone in the community. Y'all are just phenomenal. Al, let's get back to the I found it yesterday. I'm in here getting the show ready for last night, the Steiger Perspective, and my wife is watching the local news. Now, there is a meteorologist here in Denver who I have a lot of respect for, and he came on with about a 3-minute special as to why we're seeing purple sunsets and purple sunrises.
Yeah.
His explanation was that there was a volcano going off in Russia, and this is the reason why. Okay, I guess. But isn't it odd that we're seeing on, mainstream, they're now having to address issues that we've been seeing for quite some time?
I've been seeing that for years now, Wayne. I believe the stellar cores.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times the chemtrails come around and they hide the cores, and also I've got pictures of the sun that looks. You can see the lensing array on the sun. So there's a lot of the cloaking going on, if you will, because I got purple sky, due south, orange, red, purple. Sun's already set to the west, and it just glows. That's been going on for quite some time. And I've also had due east light coming up, pink, red, purple, all different colors. Mostly a pink color. The sun's below the tree line.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think it's part of the system that's coming in, that has been coming in for years.
Yeah, my theory on that is that we've been in this debris field for some time, and our science is just now catching up with it. I also happen to believe that if we are dimensional beings, which I believe we are, then that means that we share a space with other dimensions. And I think that as this energy continues to transmute into whatever it's transmuting into, I believe that we capture a lot of co-dimensions interfering with ours. And I think number one, I think orbs, planets, moons, I think they're all here. I photographed them. So, when you see one in over the mountains, you're going, well, what the heck is that? So anyway, I agree with you, Big Al. David, how are you over there in Europe? Now, I understand you guys are in for a little heat wave.
Yeah, it was like winter yesterday. It's like summer again today. The weather can't make its mind up. It's all over the place. I think it's where we're tilting. We're wobbling like that. We're going up and then we're cold and then we're going back down again and it's hot again. So I noticed last 2 or 3 mornings, I get up 4 o'clock to go to work every day, start at 6. Last 2 mornings, it's been pitch black on the way to work. I leave the same time every day. This morning, it was just getting bright as I was making the same walk. And as you know, that doesn't happen. It's the wrong way around. So that's blatant obvious with wobbling.
I'm beginning to get used to waking up, at 3:30, and I don't fight it anymore. I just go outside and say, all right, let's talk.
That's the time I'm most and that's the time I'm most active, 3:30 in the morning. If I'm not working, I'm always up. I get so energized at 3 o'clock in the morning, 3:30 in the morning. That's when I get most of my downloads and most of my hardest work.
My wife has accepted it. She says, oh, there's something greater than me in this vault. And so, yeah.
Well, I'm glad y'all wake up, because it takes more energy to wake up in your brain as far as your DC voltage. If you measure the voltage, it takes more energy to wake you up than it does all the energy you use in one day. So
I learned something.
Yeah, well, plus when you're going through astral and lucid, that's a lot of energy. So when you do wake up, it's consider it one more day that Source has given you, because it's a tremendous amount of DC energy, Wayne.
Well, then I guess I'm plugged into a 1 terabout, because I literally get up. I get up singing most of the time. I have a lot of questions that I wake up with, but it's been my nature. I can get up dancing.
Now, do you play the tuning fork when you get up, or do you use a crystal singing?
What I do is that typically when I get up, I'll spend about the first 5 or 10 minutes just speaking with that intelligence that's out there.
Right.
I'm a person that I'll keep banging on the door, and eventually they're going to open it, because I got this list of questions.
Yeah.
The way I look at it is that I have every right to be asking those questions, and I have every right in the universe to be getting the right answers. So that's how I kind of look at it.
Now, that the tuning forks that you purchased.
Yes.
Do you have a 432?
Yes, I do. I got a whole range of them here. Let's see.
Okay, because I got a 432 here as well.
I think it's this one right here. Let's see. Can you put yours to the mic? Okay. You are on a higher. There's a whole array of them in here, folks.
Got 369 and 528.
Yeah.
I also have the Big Daddy Mama right here. This is the.
So you've got the Tibetan bowl, huh?
Yeah, this is the 20 quartz bowl.
Now there we go.
Nice.
Now, do you use that in your meditation, or do you?
Well, I just got it.
Okay.
It just came in yesterday. And of course, the phone doesn't do any justice. But I can tell you that this bowl right here, they make a 16-inch one too.
Now, where'd you get that? Is that available on Amazon or?
Yes, sir. I got it on Amazon. It was $119, and it's worth every penny.
Okay,
Would you
cool.
like to hear it?
I'd love to hear it.
Okay. Well, again, now we're talking about a cell phone microphone.
Sure. Yeah. No, that's all right.
Anyway, you have this. They give you this right here, this mallet. It's a rubber, soft rubber. They give you the O-ring that you put on a cutting board or whatever. Okay. And then you hit the side and then you swirl it. So here we go. And then you could do a harmony with it too and sing,
Very, very cool.
All right, now that's the 10 inch.
By the way, it came through loud and clear.
Oh yeah, my brain's still ringing.
It's like, what the frick?
Yeah, well, that's the where's it at? This is the perfect pitch C.
Okay.
But it's 432.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So like I said, they make it 16-inch. Now, one of these days I'm going to make one. I'm going to have it around a round table, and just run that mallet, walk around.
That's very, very, well, I think they're going to sell some more. I'm going to buy one.
I'll tell you what, brother, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with these. I also have the.
Now, is that made out of crystal? What is that made out of, Al?
Yeah, they say it's crystal quartz.
Yeah. Interesting.
Okay. And you had mentioned it. Well, someone had mentioned it to you, I think, last week. And you were mentioning you'd want to get one.
Mm-hmm.
So,
no, actually, I was told in one of my meditative sessions, I think we're going to be needing this more and more. I mean, frequencies are being changed. I read a very interesting article from the Pentagon on 5G, and they're having second thoughts on this, which tells me that, we're going to have to be on top of our game here. I don't know, guys.
The 5G, Wayne, it changes the molecular structure of the hemoglobin.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you, it's going to get bad. I don't have it here. I'd like to go fiber optic myself instead of copper cable. I only have it's a 3G here, but this is going to be bad, real bad.
David, over in your part of the world, are they deploying 5G? What's the story over there? Now you're in England.
Yeah. Well, Wales. Yeah, we got
Wales.
5G. It's been out for a little while now. My mum actually had it for quite a while. We've just had it installed as well. I hate the thing. I want to get rid of it. Little story with something I noticed with my mum's cancers. My mum retired, so she used to sit by her back door all the time watching her Kindle programs on Amazon, all this sort of thing. Her router was on the living room floor, and I twigged that she had cancers throughout her body. They were all in a straight line. They were in a straight line from where her Kindle was to where the router was, going straight through her body. So the Kindle was to her back, the router was to her back, the Kindle was in her front. And every cancer she had in a lung, a spine, all the other bits and pieces that she had were in a straight line going straight back to the router. Where I sleep is really close to the router. I'm turning it off every night.
Yeah,
I don't trust it at all.
Isn't it odd that the insider said, and I was talking to a very good friend of mine this morning. Insider said, try turning electricity off at your house and try sleeping.
Yeah.
I thought that was very interesting. Gentlemen, I'm going to go back and revisit it. We missed something. In fact, let me get the book. When we were studying the symbols of Solomon and looking at this, I'm telling you, we missed something. That is an electrical. We've seen exactly what those symbols are, how they in the sigils. These things are electrical. Whatever this is, I believe it is electrical in nature. May very well be plasma in nature.
Yeah, plasma. I think conscious plasma.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Conscious
Ooh,
plasma. Have you ever,
David? Now, where'd you hear that at? That is interesting term.
I don't know. It just came to
Did
me.
you
Then,
just made that? That's what I thought.
Conscious
Plasma
just
caution. That is interesting.
it's like another state of being.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Like, so you'd have like the Merkaba at the toroid of the sun, for instance, and then plasma at its core, the star that we've all got in our heart. That would maybe be the plasma, conscious plasma, that kind of thing. Like we've got, like obviously our heart, we think in from the heart, feel from the heart as well as our brain. So maybe that's what it is.
You know, I keep on thinking we've got to think further outside of the box. We're all coming to the same conclusion. I think we're all at the same cliff that there is something that is ruling us. We can't quite nail it down. It's like trying to hold mercury. You can't. It's there, but we can't define it.
Yeah, it's just out of our reach.
That is what. Go ahead.
I perceive that as the Terence McKenna thing, where he goes into the MT realm and he's talking with the elves. He's talking with little self-dribbling basketballs for a little while, but then he goes back another time and there's like this big elf thing that he's talking to. I think they're the ones that actually use the protonic solids to create and manifest the matter that we all see. I think they're sort of like a little intermediary between our thoughts, what we see going in and out and projecting outwards, and they're maybe the DMT things are the ones that are actually manifesting it. So they would be the ones, if you will, that would be the ones not so much ruling over, but
yeah, no, I agree with it.
Like a computer operating system. We're putting the input, they're doing output kind of thing. There's the daemons running in the background. I'm sure you must know, all the hardware has got what's called a daemon running in the background, just a little program doing everything back and forth. So maybe these things are doing the same thing in reality. Well, our perception of this reality, anyway. So obviously, we're in the higher realms, and this is we're the light on the wall, not the candle.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I mean, I'm much more tuned now, David. I got struck by lightning.
When was this, Big Al? You got struck by lightning?
And me.
Okay.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though, is when lightning comes around my house, I can talk to Zeus. I can push it away from my house, and just push it on. But yeah, I was camping with the whole family, and it was one of the worst lightning storms recorded in this area. About 4 years ago. It took about 3 days to get over that, and
were you? Did it knock you out?
It didn't knock me out, but I can tell you that I saw in that second. I saw things, Wayne.
I bet you did.
I saw my whole life go by me. I saw all kinds of orbs, and then I could start to hear better, see better. I could feel frequencies. It took about 3 days. But that same bolt, when it got me, it went down the tent pole, went underground, went to the other tent, and struck 4 other boys before it grounded out. And one of the boys had a cell phone in his hand, and he had the cord hooked up to the electric outlet, and it went up that cord and exploded his phone and put a burn mark in his palm. And all that, just like that, flash of a second. I thought I was going to die.
I bet.
And my wife was standing 3 feet behind me, and it didn't touch her. But the noise, Wayne, I can't even explain to you. I mean, my ears were ringing for the longest time.
Did you get like a fizzling noise after as well?
It was. I mean, but since that lightning strike, I've changed, and I can sense around me. very in tune frequencies. So Zeus, I think I died. I think maybe I switched. I don't know. I'm not sure. But
Well,
I'm not
the concept of death is still being explored. I mean, I contend you could have 1,000 deaths until you actually depart the body.
right.
I really do.
There's someone else in your chat room also that was struck by lightning as well. And I just want to thank the moderators and the chatters. You know, when I'm watching Wayne's show, I'm watching the show, but it's like the cameraman in a ball game. They're focusing on
Good way of putting it.
plays, and they don't really see the play because they're focusing on the camera shot. And it's the same thing as a moderator, because you do have folks that
Y'all are just the best. I mean, you're the ones that built this community. It's not. I just.
Well, I mean, it's a job.
Yeah.
I love doing it, and in fact, Brian on Milky Way invited me as a moderator now too. So
Brian is a good man.
he is.
Yeah.
He is. Yeah.
Well, Brian just said he's clinically died twice.
Well, yeah. Well, I thought I was going to die here a few months back with playing with sigils.
Say, tell me about that.
Well, what I can tell you, ladies and germs, that you need to connect all the lines when you're doing a sigil. Don't leave the lines open.
It does kind of screw with you.
Because I left the lines open, and then I started conjuring up, talking to the dead.
You had some visitors, didn't you?
Yeah, it's talking to mom, dad, loved ones that I knew years ago, high school sweetheart, but whatever, and asking for ridiculous things, and I got a visit, and so I put a birdhouse up, and I started picking up squirrels. And did I lose you?
No, we can still see you. You're fine. Your picture just froze momentarily.
Okay. Well, anyway, I put a birdhouse up and started picking off squirrels, and so
dead squirrels, right?
I picked off a few because I was trying to keep them off the birdhouse, but this was the night before I did the sigil. And so the next day, there was dead squirrels pulled up on my back lawn. And then it went to rats right up to my back door. And this kept going on night after night. So I reached out to Trina and I said, hey, I got a problem here. So she told me to remake the sigil, connect all the lines, and ask for forgiveness. And that's exactly what I did. And it was also the screeching horror noise in the woods. You couldn't pay me enough money to go out there and see what it was, man.
Do you know, Al, when you were describing that to me, back in 1999, I had my internet company. Anyway, we got an exclusive interview with the writer and the producer and director of the Blair Witch Project. Yes. And it recalled when you were recanting your story that's exactly the same energy that the Blair Witch was known for.
Ah, okay. Well, there was a noise out in the woods behind the birdhouse that I can't even explain. I know what coyotes and foxes sound like, dogs. This was a more of a human screeching. And I also have a infrared camera, binoculars, and I'm looking through into the woods behind the birdhouse, and it was like a shadow within a shadow. Something was just floating around there, and I could hear the screeching. And that's when I decided to go in the house and lock the doors. So that's when I started, and I didn't want to tell my family. Say, hey,
there's something out there, man.
I'm starting to talk to mom, dad, and this girl, and this whatever, and then the dead animals and the screeching in the woods, and then the shadow within the shadow. Yeah, it was like a caped person almost, but it was a shadow of it. And that's using an infrared binoculars. And I should have recorded it too.
You should have. I mean, this would have been a good lesson.
I was so shocked. And well, you know the deal. You forget to do things.
Sure, you do.
So after I took the advice from Trina, I remade the same sigil, and then did the holding the weights as you were talking about, and muscle failure, and then destroyed the sigil. Okay, so
good.
That was the next day. Well, actually, I did it during that night, late, and then the next day there was no more animals. I was like, okay, around, because there was squirrels and rats.
Rodents
to the back doorway. I mean, right up against the door.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So,
Al, could I ask what type of sigil were you actually working on?
well, that's when you were going through the lessons,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, well, cool, man. I'm gonna draw. And this is when Patrick was around, and we were,
Yeah.
we're talking to the planets, which
Yep.
is totally fantastic. And
I miss that. I miss Patrick, and we were covering ground.
Yeah, he sent me the PDF on that too, on the with the chart, and I tried it with a string and held, supported my hand, held the string tight, and asked go clockwise, stop, counterclockwise, faster, slower, and it does work. So anyway, that sigil. Well, as you were explaining, you make up a sigil and then you invoke.
Yeah, you have to charge it.
Al, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
If you don't mind me interrupting. With the animals you were receiving, did you get any feelings from it? Did it feel more of an intimidation thing, or maybe more of an offering of appeasement to try and make you happy?
It was an intimidation factor.
It was. You definitely felt that, did you?
It was showing me that I had stirred up something that I had no business doing. Now,
okay.
Is that make a sigil and put a circle around it?
Yeah.
At the shadow of my brother-in-law's house when I moved in, I drew the circle with a star in the middle, and then invoked positive for the house, and then they've been happy. But
I'll send you this one, Al, for in the future. This one here is one that you should think about. Can you see that?
Well, no, for some reason I lost my video.
That's all right. When you look at the replay, you can see it. It's a powerful one.
Al, the reason I was asking, and Wayne, I don't know what your thoughts on this would be, something that came to me while I was talking then. As we see the sigils, they look like circuit diagrams, don't they?
They are.
There's going to be something doing the work that we're asking to be done. Maybe if we're not closing the ends or circling it, they're in pain. Maybe because we haven't done the procedure correctly, maybe they're hurting. That's why it doesn't go according to plan. That's why I was wondering with the animals, we need to eat other living things to stay alive. So I was wondering, maybe they was going to go, come on, can you please finish it off? Can you do it properly? You're hurting us. Go on, have this.
The thing is, I was picking off squirrels for sport to keep them away from the birdhouse, and nature was telling me that
stop hurting nature.
Stop doing it. And the thing is it got worse and worse. And then when I started hearing this screeching noise that sounded like a dimension opening up, I was like, okay, I'm in trouble here.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
With the screeching, I was thinking maybe they're in pain or something, and they're trying to ask you to help them to stop it. But maybe not if you're killing something.
I mean, you think about this, David and Big Al. I mean, you were struck by lightning. That's a grounding to nature. I mean,
felt like it.
That's literally what's happening. You are now the capacitor by which this energy is flowing into the earth itself. I contend that those who've been struck by lightning have a stronger connection to Gaia than most other people walking on Gaia.
It would make sense. I got struck in the leg as a teenager as well, at 19.
I was near a building in a construction site, and we got knocked back. I didn't knocked out, but we were not, none of us, we were just close enough that I didn't want to get any closer.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want it again.
Yeah, no. How interesting. So, Al, this is incredible because it's a lesson we're all going to continue. We haven't stopped learning about sigils yet, but
we use sigils every day, Wayne. You and
yes,
I
we do.
David, everyone in the chat room, we just don't realize it, but it's there.
Yeah, I mean, you know, wear mine every day. You know, it's there, and I have a number of others that on specific occasions that I'll actually bring out. They're already charged, and it's powerful. To me, it's one of the more pure forms of magic.
Yeah, totally.
Well, I think we can use magic through telepathy.
I agree.
And I think that since we wear, we wear sigils, everything is a sigil up here, whatever. We do it every day, whether we like it or not, right? But this matrix is clouding our frequency to communicate, and we need to somehow break through the barrier.
Well, you look at what this community has traveled with. I mean, this is a unique experience. There are well over, I think, a consistent 260 people that literally every day come in live. And we have gone through the lessons of learning things that we didn't know. I mean, the sigil, empowering them, how they're everywhere. I contend that this group is becoming, a collective of this psychic energy is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, we need to get together, Wayne. We need to build something here, all of us. Maybe we can. Maybe we can build a Hogwarts castle or something.
I believe, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't tell everyone, but there are plans that are being developed right now. Let's see. Someone says the difference between being struck by lightning and electrocuted by man's electricity. Yeah, there is. Yes.
There's a lot of difference in the pain. There's a lot of difference.
Alternating current AC here is 60 hertz per second. In UK, it's 50. Speaking of the UK, David.
Yeah.
You have no paper bags, correct?
Yes, Al.
You have no
very
paper
hard
bags,
to find. Very hard to find.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, when you buy eggs, you want to put them in a paper bag.
We get them in a little box.
Well, okay. But it's funny when I was talking about, making a mask, and you're like, well, Al, I can't do it. It's all plastic.
I know. So, I can imagine you being like, "What? You can't get a paper bag?"
No, this is the first I've heard of this. So wait a minute, David. In Wales, we have it at the grocery store.
Yeah, in the UK, we use plastic bags. Every household in the UK has got one bag full of plastic bags.
Well, what about the gift store?
The paper ones.
What about
it's all plastic bags. You may get the odd shop here and there that will use a paper bag, but they're very few and far between.
I'm sitting here because where I live in Denver, we got a city council that's considering passing a tax on each plastic bag that you would use at the grocery store.
We've already got it.
Oh, you got it. Oh, wait a minute. So you don't have any paper, you got plastic, and they're charging you for it.
Yeah, we've got to pay five pence per disposable carrier bags, and then you've got the higher grade carrier bags go up like 10, 15, 50 pence.
Yeah, you bring your own bags, like when you go to Sam's, as you know, Wayne.
Yeah.
You have to bring your own, and then because they have not the cardboard boxes, you might be able to find one, but
the Costco box, it's like, what the freak do I do with this?
Right. Well, I mean, what are you going to do with all that plastic? I mean, isn't the oceans contaminated?
It goes recycling. I work in a recycling plant, so I actually do benefit from this scheme because we don't get quite as many plastic bags as we used to get.
Oh, really?
But, Yeah, where I live in Cardiff, we've got a recycling plant, and
Yeah.
everybody puts all the recycling out. It comes to us, and we process it into all the different paper, plastics, metals, and what have you. And all of those go into a big bale and get shipped off to us somewhere. Somebody does something with them.
The plastic bottles too.
Plastic bottles. Yeah, everything.
Everything. Do you have to set that aside in trash day? To set everything in a barrel and the trash?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, that's correct. We've either got black bins or we've got green bins or green bags. So the green bags have all the recycling in it.
Well, the thing about paper is you can burn it. You can save your life. You can't do that with plastic. So
not very easily, no.
And I've worked in plenty of paper mills doing mechanical engineering work, and toilet paper, all them paper mills around the country. Paper is where it's at. And then they regrow all the trees, so it's a benefit cycle. But plastic, I can't see how it benefits anything.
The only upshot I can see for our country is how wet it is. If we were carrying all of our shopping home in paper bags, it's going to be on the floor.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I see that. As you were talking, I was thinking about toilet paper. Now, I know it sounds, a little off the topic, but when Obama was in the office, they were trying to, make everything small and et cetera. And, the perfect width for toilet paper is 4.5 inches. And it is. There's science behind this. Wiping your tush, there is a science
paid to do that.
as to what is the perfect size. And they tried to go down to 4 inches. And the women particularly were the ones who apparently noticed the problem more than the men did. Now it's back. So, but you do have toilet paper over in Wales, right?
Of course, yeah.
Okay. All right.
I am working on an invention to replace toilet paper, though.
Wow. Hold on now. Let me say something, David. I got a very important question for you.
Yes.
Now, it's either one or the other.
Yeah.
Do you pull the paper over or under? Now think about it before you answer.
I'm gonna over.
Over.
You go over.
Yep. Over.
Wayne, you're over?
I'm over.
Okay.
How about you?
All right. Well, my other half is under.
Oh, really? But that's the backside.
Yeah, you don't do that side. It's next to the wall.
Why would you want to put your nasty hands up against the paint on the sheetrock? Grab it on the inside.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, we go on every topic here.
So when y'all fixing to go on a date, all you chatters, you need to ask them, do you do it over or under? And if they say under, forget it. Say, see you later. Sorry. It drives me, it drives me cuckoo, Wayne, like this. See cuckoo?
Yeah. Got it. As a prepper, one of the things that, we learned a long time ago, we're very adamant about this, is we keep well stocked in toilet paper. I mean, if the grid goes down, tell you what, you don't think about it. But
that's a good point.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I haven't got in my bug out bag. Actually, I better put some in there.
Trust me. I don't want to have to use holly leaves, because I got edges on it. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing I've got around here that I can wipe. You know what I'm saying?
I knew a dude that literally wiped his butt with some poison sumac.
Oh, I knew you were going to say that.
That's a bad idea.
You were going to say it.
You see, there we go.
It's terrible. Why is it, Wayne, and in life we always end up talking about that part of the body?
I don't know. It's you know why? Because we're born ass backwards into this world.
We all know who's in charge. It's the sphincter valve. Yeah.
God. Anyway, indeed.
Getting back to the castle. Yeah, we need to do something. We need to build something. Because,
What toilet paper are we going to have?
Well, we're going to have the soft kind. Oh, my. Let's get back on. But yeah, I agree with you, Al. We do. We need that.
I'm telling you that the healing techniques are off the chain in this group of people here.
Yeah.
And, we need to have, the room, with the table, round table of 12 times 12 tables, and then the 13 up front, 156. You do the math. Just imagine the power that 156 people could have in one room.
Oh, it would be immense.
Off
Yeah.
the chain. I mean, if I can move clouds with a holly branch wand, could you imagine?
We've lost this, and I'll give credit for Jay Rawlings. I mean, she was on the right path. I think her approach was unique, was to reintroduce the concept of magic back into a generation who had never actually seen magic before. And I think that this awakening is happening more and more. I think more and more people are wanting to be empowered. At least that's how I look at magic. It really is a self-empowerment ability for myself. How do you see it?
Go ahead,
Al?
David.
David?
Well, I'll let David go. The man with no paper bags. Go ahead.
Hey, I mean, he's got toilet paper in the house.
I got plenty of toilet paper.
And it's
I've got
over.
lots of toilet paper. We're set for that. I think with a magic thing, it's a personal thing, really. It's your own path of discovery, isn't it? You could go to a school, you could go to the Golden Dawn, they still go in. They've got Facebook pages and channels on YouTube. You can join them, or you can just teach yourself.
Can I interject on that? Because I've read the Golden Dawn, and I have to read
the current version is not quite the same, mind. It's not the Israeli Guard version, Golden Dawn. This is a new Golden Dawn. I don't know how new they are. From by David Griffin, the head imperator.
Yeah, I've read some of his work.
Yeah, he's written the new version of the Golden Dawn book with all the updates and tweaks and what have you, with the colours on the charts and everything.
There's someone who's dedicated.
Oh yeah, big time. He's not that far from you guys. He's in Nevada, isn't he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, you can. Well, sorry, Wayne. I actually interrupted you then. Sorry.
No. I mean, we're tracking on the same thought here. Is the fact that my problem with all the magic that came out of the Renaissance, the new awareness, is that it's all Judean based.
Yeah, so Abrahamic Judean, isn't it?
Yeah, I will not invoke those gods.
No. Well, what happened before that? We obviously had magics before that, and these are the ones that came in and they were imposed upon us. There's some kind of, I don't know what, it's unclean. I don't really have a thought on that one yet, but I've been thinking about this recently, Wayne, that it's the Abrahamic religion, magics, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
It's that time that it started. So something happened then that messed everything. That's just changed us. We were different before that time, definitely. Like with the start of the Christians, what the Christians originally were and what they originally meant. That, as you know, they were all just wiped out, and all the names were taken. Everything else was twisted up and just chucked back in there, just to totally mess up what was happening before that.
You bring up a really good point. I mean, it's the fact that that 6,000 years ago, reading Indal's book, he contends, and I think there's validity to it, that there was a presence. Its effect on us is that it's a virus.
Yeah.
It infects our brains.
Totally.
Yeah.
Keeps us all hypnotized, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah. It lowers the frequency and it makes us more dense.
Yeah. Even our buildings do that. Did you know that? The shape of the houses, the way that they constructed them with the rectangles, that's all to keep us suppressed, our energy suppressed. If we had buildings with round structures and with domes, our frequencies and our energy would be so much higher I forget who it is now. I've got it in my playlist. There's a video I did on it. It's explaining it from this ancient Egyptian magic that's now, it's been handed down through the year, through the families. And now the families are saying it's time to release this information back to the world again. People need to know about it. It's in one of my saved playlists somewhere on my channel. But then it breaks down how you've got the circle and how the energies are all divided up into it. And like with the pendulum, depending on what length of cord of the pendulum you're using, depends on the frequency, depends on what you're communicating with. There's so much in there. And he also goes into the shape on our buildings, the square shape, the boxy shape on it. It doesn't allow us to resonate, this sort of thing. So we just the shape, even down to the shape on our buildings, they've done it to us.
Yes, they have.
You know, I think it's affecting our consciousness. The level of our consciousness is being kept so low. We're like zombies. We are the zombies. Everybody's walking around.
Really on to this thing that really, you know, we're looking into a yurt, and you've really kind of pushed me in a direction, because you're absolutely right. I had never thought about it. Every house is built with angles.
Look at the ancient. You look at the ancient cultures where we see the tree stumps in the ground. They're round houses. They're all round houses. They're all made of natural materials and they're round. You're with nature. You're next to nature. It's a natural shape, isn't it? I know, like the square is also a natural shape. That's a fractal, and you can split it out into all the other shapes.
In my ritual circle, I have within the circle a triangle that's literally been permanently marked in there. And the reason why I have that triangle is that is where I will basically put under house arrest the negative energies that try to influence when I'm in a particular ritual. And you look at our houses. I mean, where I live, every freaking house has got a triangle.
Yeah.
Trapping the spirits within. Holy freak. You know, that's the thing, gentlemen. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. It was fair. Whoever did it, if it was done in one go, my God, they were clever, or they've done it somewhere else before. Extremely
beyond our intelligence.
So either it's done by clever people, bit by bit, or by clever peoples or something, all in one go.
Wow. Blown away by just this conversation has already yielded about 3 precious nuggets that I've pulled out of it. Al, you were going to say something, buddy.
Yeah, Wayne. David, I don't know if you have tornadoes in your area, but this is tornado.
No, thankfully.
And all these houses, stick-built houses, are useless as tits on a boat. The type of houses that you should have should be almost like a cob house, 2 or 3 foot thick.
Yeah.
Wall. All right. Domed. It can take, 9.5 earthquake. It can take 100 miles per hour of wind. I mean, this house right here has been hit 3 or 4 times with straight line winds. We've had a tornado go by right down the street, wiped out all the boats in the boat docks. I'm about 1,000 feet away.
Yeah.
It sounded like a giant vacuum cleaner. It was a mess here. So it's just the only thing that's safe in this house would be if I would have run downstairs in the corner where it's all formed concrete. But even when we had some folks that were trapped in that too, they actually got broken bones from that. When all the floor joists collapsed from the tornado, fell right on top, but they survived.
That's terrible. Do you know what you all need down there in Tornado Alley? Teletubby houses. You got you got the Teletubbies over there?
Any what?
The Teletubbies.
You get Teletubbies. You know their house? Domed house? Down in the ground? So the wind just goes straight over.
Yeah.
Well, and a circular house would also force the wind as opposed to becoming an obstacle of resistance to the wind.
Absolutely, Wayne. It needs to be, and we have the technology. We do 3D printing now. Concrete. I mean, I don't know if you've seen it, but you can make anything you want. It's fantastic.
It's great the way to do it. If you make the moorings detachable, it could be a tsunami survival thing as well.
Oh, I'm thinking about from an empowerment point. Could you imagine charging your home that is in a circle? Talk about ridding any negative energy.
definitely.
You put crystals in there too. Your quartz crystals, hook
Oh,
up.
wow. Could you imagine actually with reconstituted quartz in the building material? It's holy shit, folks.
Yeah,
With
There's
all
like
the
compression on it as well.
Yeah.
you can take the cob homes and you can put the crystals embedded in the walls. Hook up with Karen and Queen Quartz and you could supply all that material. Build the cob homes dome shape. You could have a whole village like that, and then we could all get together and charge some serious energy.
This is amazing. I mean, this is revolutionary in thought of, of a building, number one, of a structure, two, incorporating a substance that we could literally charge your whole home with.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Because of the dome shape on the top, you could harness free energy as well, like the Tesla tower.
Yeah, you literally could. Maybe that's why they got rid of Tesla. You think about it, you build the right structure, you won't need electricity power to you. You'll be able to use it from the ground.
Yeah.
Exactly. Look at all the old structures. They're all got domes on the top.
Sure. That's right.
The David, castles.
Do you have
we got a load here.
David, do you have a passport?
It's not valid, but I do, yeah.
We can always make it valid.
I was going to say, if you had a valid passport, you could come over here and you would once again have paper bags.
I'm reading Lolly Lovin says, I have a mountain. Come make your yurts. Hey, you know what, Lolly? Email me and love to talk to you about that. There is, when we get together like this, it's being very evident. There is some tremendous thoughts, and with a proper business plan, you can begin to get things to happen.
We got to do it, Wayne. We've got plenty of talent in the chat room, and those who aren't in the chat room, they just, they can't go in there because for whatever reason. I have to be careful when I'm in the chat room too, because this is the Bible Belt here, Wayne.
Yeah, indeed. In your part of the country, they do lynchings.
And so I have to be careful. And I'll bet you this house that people in the chat room right now are going through the same situation I'm going through, one way or another. But yeah, I mean, if we can find someone we can build into the side of the mountain, find an area to set up cob homes, dome shape, ports, and Karen's supply.
It's amazing. Yeah, because Karen could be, she would know on the source of this. Is amazing. I mean, there are some things that need to be followed through on this, but a remarkable.
Worth researching. It's definitely worth researching.
And then David, you could come live with us and have paper bags.
I'm coming. I'll bring a paper mill. We'll make them. And toilet paper. Paper bags and toilet paper.
You could bring the whole family, because and you guys are the one that started that accent too, by the way.
Y'all did what the Brits?
Like when I say I park my car in Harvard Yard, that came from England.
Okay? Yeah, I'm not English. I'm Welsh. Difference.
Exactly. It's like, hey, I ain't part of that, man. I'm Welsh. What are you talking about?
Well, at least the best bands came from England. My hats off to them. And then of course you got Boston and Aerosmith here. But speaking of Aerosmith, we got the Sweet Emotion intro.
Yeah.
Remember that song? I don't know of any other song, Wayne, maybe you do, that has the best intro before the lyrics ever created.
It's good. I would have to probably have a list and then check them off from that. But I agree.
I'm telling you, y'all out there, chatters, you come up with a song that has a better intro than "Sweet Emotion" by Aerosmith, using the
Timothy Watt Jr., you're absolutely right. Wow, that is a tremendous out-of-the-box thinking, Timothy. do me a favor and email me. I love that idea. By the way, gentlemen, Timothy Watt wrote, "We need a capital ritual so we can start building." Listen, I absolutely agree with you. That is, gentlemen, this has been a tremendous hour. I mean, this has just been freaking awesome.
Oh, it's only going to get better. It's only going to get better.
Yeah, I mean, wow. I mean, this is amazing stuff.
Yeah. We also need, like Al's been suggesting for a while, we need to make a platform where we're not beholden to YouTube as well, where we can do this, and we can have all our conversation. Where we can have our conversations and bounce off each other.
Is there a platform out there that we can do that? I mean, does anyone have any ideas? I don't have a problem, supporting that.
Well, of course, Hangout's fixing to go away.
Yeah.
And
do you guys have what?
Hangout. You've got YouTube is getting anal.
Getting.
Do you guys have WhatsApp? Because that's encrypted.
WhatsApp.
We could make a WhatsApp. Yeah, I know that's encrypted.
I knew the founders of that app.
They got a group chat function.
It would have to be secure, and that's the one thing I would have to take a look at.
I did say that they encrypt it, so it would be a secure channel.
One says, who was that? What? I didn't see that. It went by too quick. Someone was saying, lost it. Britchard, or it was started with a B. Anyway, I can't find it. I know Zoom has a feature that we could look into as well, that they actually have. I think it can hold a basic levels up to 100 people within a meeting room. So,
really?
Definitely something to look into.
I'm going to look into that. I had it once set up with, we had a way back when, the Core 100 group, and I'll look into that. I know Zoom does, and we can find an admin for that can set that up and see what we can do.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic, Wayne, because we got to get off this.
Yeah, it's not going to last forever.
This is true.
There are too many confidential things that need to be talked about, and we can't do it here, unfortunately.
Yeah, I've made comments before, and they've disappeared as I've been typing them.
I've heard that.
I can't remember what I was talking about, but I stopped trying after about 15 attempts. It just kept deleting as soon as I was pressing the enter button.
So is it Bitcher? Is that what I'm seeing? BITCHURE? Yeah, I know they're ghosting this channel, and it sucks. I mean, why they have to do that, I don't know. But if they want to play their games, let them play their games.
Well, Wayne, those are the ones sitting around the campfire complaining about the food and how cold it was, while the rest of us were out hunting and
exactly.
Bringing in, and you know what group I'm talking about. I don't even have to say it.
Oh, yes, indeed. Oh, yes, indeed. Well, gentlemen, that hour has just flown by. It proves that time travel is a reality.
Hey, Wayne, I got this book that just came in that Trina was reading, this Angelic Origins.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, that's a fantastic book.
She is, we have so many precious, precious souls here. Yeah.
So if we can all pull together in a meeting, a private meeting, get some planning going, because this is not going away, and the matrix is closing in. So
I can set it up. My email, Timothy, is in the description box. It's right down there. We can do this. I'll get this something set up with Zoom, and I'll be in touch with you and David, both of y'all, and let y'all take it from there.
Yeah, we'll take it from there, and then we'll get a few more people in the room, and we'll start.
Start plenty out there.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll make that a goal this weekend.
Do what now?
I said I'll make that a goal. I'll get it done this weekend.
Okay. Happy anniversary, by the way.
No, you too.
Did you take her out to dinner?
Listen, I cooked her dinner. I'm a chef. So
you're a chef?
I am, and
Oh man.
damn good one, according to my wife.
And plus you're a healer too, aren't you?
I am. You know, you can do a lot of healing through food.
Yeah.
You can.
Oh, there's there's some vitamins for men that that balances out the testosterone and eliminates the estrogen from all
Do you
the
know the best thing for guys? I'm going to tell you this right now. For your package down there and just the testosterone levels, garlic.
garlic. Yeah,
Garlic.
that's what. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what these pills have, and it basically neutralizes the estrogen because that's one of the things they did in basic training is they broke us down with anti-Viagra pills,
Yep.
and then they broke down our spirit and morals, and they built us back up. Of course,
I virtually put garlic in everything that I make.
okay, yeah, because there's too much from all the steroids, from the poultry and the cows. I mean, the United States is the only one left in the world that's still using steroids, I believe. Isn't that right, David? You don't do that in the UK, David?
No. As far as I'm
Okay.
aware, they don't. I don't really know though, to be honest.
I
I've
do.
Australia,
stopped eating all meats anyway since I learned about what they do to them.
Oh,
Canada, Australia, Canada, the UK. No one does it anymore except the US because they want to keep all the men filled with estrogen.
Yeah.
yep. And Robin, I see that, you know, we actually make our own chicken broth. So yeah, when you've got a cold or any type of inflammation of the lung or any of that mucus type, chicken broth with garlic in there, or you can put onion, fix you right up, buddy.
So let me get this straight, Wayne. So you're a chef, a healer. So we now know who's going to be the cook.
I was thinking that.
And and then because my dad, he used to wear the chef's hat,
Yeah.
big chef, and then the apron and everything. Oh, I love my dad.
Yeah.
We're best
I do
friends.
most of the cooking in the house. Lynn loves to cook too, but I do most of the cooking, and
Wow,
Good on
I
you.
enjoy
Good on
it. Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Hey, I know how to treat my wife, guys. Mm-hmm.
Well, hey, I'm glad she's in the same frequency you are,
Yes,
Wayne.
and
You're
that's
really lucky. You are
yes,
a
I
lucky
am.
man.
I'm truly favored in that. Wow.
Well, I take it you don't go to church.
No.
Yeah. Well,
That
Can't see
lightning
that.
bolt that hit you?
hey, look, to
I
avoid
think
Wayne,
yes, sir.
to avoid a huge argument, I went to one last Sunday.
You're a good man.
Just
Yeah,
because
that hurt.
you gotta feel the situation I'm in. 33
Yeah.
years of marriage. And
Al,
then,
I send you energy all the time.
well, listen, when this new pastor, being a clown, joker, everyone laughing, yeah, whatever. He says, okay, everyone close their eyes. There's 400 people in the room. He says, and then raise your hand. You know the deal. Raise the hand if you want to be part of Christ and all that. And I wanted to say, you mean Jesus without the J? But anyway, so everyone closes their eyes, and I open my eyes because I want them to see. Okay. One person, one youth kid, held his hand up front. He said, "Wow, a whole bunch of you are holding your hands up," and I just felt like saying, "You don't know what I wanted to stand up and say at that point."
Oh, yes, we do. I think you would have gotten the left foot of fellowship, Al. All right, guys. Thank you both.
Thank you.
David, it's been an honor. Big Al, the honor as well. Y'all are the best.
Thank
I am truly a blessed man, no doubt about it. And thank you, everyone in the chat room and everyone watching. God, this has been a phenomenal show, guys. I mean, wow.
How many chatters we got today, Wayne?
Well, there's
hi,
200.
chat. Bye.
Yeah, there's quite a few in there. I mean, we've got well over at one peak we were up to about 280 people watching. So, yeah, it's a good group. Well,
I appreciate you calling me by my nickname. That's what
Big Al, it's how it is. Everybody has a name. I like that. We need a Big Al.
Yeah, well, in the military, it was MacGyver. So I always fixed everything.
Yeah.
But
I'll just tell people in the chat room, hey, you mess with us, Big Al's going to be on your ass.
oh yeah, especially when I stand on a pallet because I approached
Yeah, I'm 6'5", you know, but all right, gentlemen. Well, thank you both. David, thank you for staying up. I guess it's what, about 8 o'clock, about your time there, 7?
8 o'clock now, yeah.
8 o'clock,
The kids to
okay.
bed now.
And Al?
David, you never sleep.
No, I know.
Most of
I
us
had
don't.
3 hours sleep in the last 4 nights.
Wow. I can get about 5 and I'm good, you know,
Yeah.
but anyway. Well, everyone, be good. Have a strong end of the week. We'll see you on Monday. And gentlemen, it has been a lot of fun. Thank you
It's been an
both.
honor. Thank you.
All right, guys. Have a great one. We'll see you on Monday, everyone. All right. Bye-bye.
Take care, Wayne.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.